Everything would begin in the kingdom of Zeno-sama. Despite having incredible power, it cost him to destroy 6 universes, the sacred universes, because deities and subjects that inhabited these would exceed the power of Daishinken. Only Zeno-sama was able to keep them apart. It was a little complicated for him, but his universes were corrupted by negative energy. The great Zeno-sama, with no alternative, had to eradicate these universes. He had received great damage in battle, but fulfilled his objective to eradicate the 6 universes.
My lord, how are you feeling? Understand that the power that you had to use to eradicate the gods from these universes had to be crazy.
I agree, Daishinken. I must definitely look for a successor, otherwise it'd be impossible for me to continue with this.
But my lord, you have the required power to rule the 12 universes. Only the 6 sacred universes were the ones that generated problems.
I agree with you, Daishinken. But if there are warriors of that caliber of power in the future, I won't be able to do anything, so I have to find a successor before it's too late.
Millions of years passed, which is why we're in the present. The Tournament of Power, and his best friend Son Goku is able to access Ultra Instinct, leaving everyone surprised, including the gods, angels, and Zeno-sama himself.
Son Goku will be my successor. Despite not having millions of years of training, he's able to get that incredible power.
My lord, are you sure? The power of Mr. Goku is great, but he's not able to overcome the power of a guardian angel.
I completely agree, since with his simple mortal life, he's able to access this state. If he's able to have one of your trainings, I'm sure he'll be able to overcome his limits.
My lord, even though I train Lord Goku, I doubt he'll be able to overcome the power of the beings of the sacred universes. His growth and power is somewhat unreal. Even his knowledge on the battlefield seems to have no limit.
Don't worry, I'm sure Goku will be able to count on the required power to face warriors of the same caliber. Trust me.
Mighty King Zeno-sama, you being the only existence capable of defeating the gods of the sacred universes, I fully trust you.
The Tournament of Power would continue, taking the victory to Universe 7, while Android 17 asked for the restoration of the universe is eliminated by Zeno-sama. Zoma instantly fulfilled the wish and brought to life 6 universes that was destroyed millions of years ago.
That's the Tournament of Power, but Son Goku, I hope you recover and rest. Tomorrow I have to talk to you.
Oh, I understand. Don't worry, in that case, we'll leave. Goku would say goodbye, being able to reach the planet Earth, being greeted by a banquet by Bulma to win this victory for Universe 7.
Hey Whis, does Daishinken want to talk about Son Goku? It doesn't comment anything to you since there's something worrying me too much and I don't know what it is.
I have no idea, Mr. Beerus, but don't worry, I doubt it's bad. Otherwise, I would have talked to Mr. Goku right then and there. In the 6 sacred universes, each of its inhabitants returned and their gods. They were confused having returned, being able to observe their entire universe seemed to function normal.
What's supposed to have happened? I can't believe we came back to life. This must be the god Dragon Zama who is reviving us, since all the other gods hate us by the power that completely overshadows them.
5 flashes of energy arrived towards the planet of Remura, which was of wisdom. Remura, what is supposed to happen? We were destroyed by that dwarf Zeno-sama. How's it possible we're back to life?
Remura, who was able to get the Super Dragon Balls to bring us back? That's impossible, since all the other beings of the 12 universes hated our power to the limits like theirs. Something very serious must be happening in the multiverse for Zeno-sama to have requested our presence.
The whole place would change. A simple boy with blue hair would start walking through all the gods while destroying everything.
I, the mighty dragon god Dracula, am not allowed to overlook this disrespect.
That dwarf decided to finish us off with his power becoming similar. We have to destroy him.
But before we begin with the battle, we have to be able to find the reason why they brought us back, or if a more powerful warrior than Zeno-sama forced him to this.
Instantly, the whole place gave an illusion that disappeared. While none of the gods could move, their bodies seemed to pass tons of pressure that crushed them.
Each and every one of you better calm down, because otherwise we'll be eradicated again, and we have to start moving from the shadows.
Everything returned to normal while the shadows could observe a burly warrior with his body of a silver color, while it seemed that he had wings on his face.
Don't worry, comrades. We will be able to take revenge on that dwarf who proclaims to be the king of all. But the information must wait, so your god Remura of Wisdom will be waiting for your information.
Sure, as your order, Remura-sama. That's right, the 6 universes, there was a warrior who surpassed them dozens of times, being Remura, who had the ability to practically have unlimited energy and allow him to fight for days, weeks, or months. Meanwhile, returning to Earth, the day had passed when Daishinkan granted Son Goku rest. My lord, this time I'm ready to retire to discuss the proposal that we've been able to tell me. I've granted you to training on my part.
Okay, Daishinkan, I'm counting on you.
Daishinkan would leave for Earth, appearing in front of Goku, meditating on top of a mountain with the intention of mastering Ultra Instinct to the max. Well, if it's Daishinkan-sama, as if I don't know what time he'd come for me, I started meditating to try to access the Ultra Instinct at will. Don't worry, Goku, that's normal. It's go time. Daishinkan, together with Goku, was able to reach the Kingdom of the Whole, in which they received it by a single Zeno-sama, which surprised Goku.
What happened to the other Zeno-sama? I thought they were always together.
The Zeno-sama
Of the future and the Zeno-sama of the present merged to create a single warrior, since what we have to tell you is of the most importance.
Goku would take a serious look.
What happened?
Has a new enemy appeared that you're not able to eliminate?
Not at the moment, but the king of all, I want to take you to the successor. So you'll be the new king of all and transmit a large part of power, so you'll be able to reach a new level.
Goku, surprised, a warrior created an artificial energy of Remura was surrounding the kingdom, while the intention of getting information happens in the palace of Zeno-sama. This is new. That mortal's powerful, or I don't know the origin he has, for him to be in front of Zeno-sama and treat him so naturally. Remura, with his gray metal power, would grant an incredible combative power to the puppet, who would release an incredible power, but being a puppet without any body, he was able to take the appearance of Goku, but with an extremely negative power, which was able to make the whole kingdom of Zeno-sama shudder.
Wow, whose power is that? I'm not even able to move.
Goku's power and feeling an incredible on his whole body was able to access Ultra Instinct Max power, which would leave Remura surprised, who was watching everything. This is interesting. That'll even interest Remura-sama, a being who isn't even possessed divine energy in its entirety, is able to access the state no god of the 12 universes has been able to achieve. Only our sacred gods. That puppet rushed against Goku, who was able to stop his blow, but was able to break Son Goku's arm. Having the power of Remura, his power was superior, and Goku, to recover thanks to the power of the Super Saiyan God, ran through his entire body.
Who's this guy? And why does he look like me?
Daishinkan would start fighting the puppet, exchanging blows. He noticed how the combat style, it was from the holy gods, which would make a chill run through his body completely. The combat style would be able to recognize even millions of years pass. It's the style of the holy gods, and you have this exact copy of Lord Goku. It must be the god of wisdom, Remura. That puppet could connect a strong blow to Daishinkan, making him fall to the kingdom of Zeno-sama, while communicating with his creation. Wow, so you're able to realize it's me. Although I'm not surprised, thanks to you, I was considered the god of wisdom. Remura, what the hell are you supposed to do? You were my first disciple. I can't believe you're trying to destroy all the 12 universes. Me? Being your greatest creation, you don't care about that dwarf that eliminated us. You're always on his side. I considered you a father. Right now, I only have one goal, and that's to end the kingdom of him. The puppet channeled the power of his creator, generating an incredible explosion all over the place, destroying everything. Before the explosion spreads through the universes, Zeno-sama was able to create a powerful barrier to encapsulate the destruction of that explosion.
Goku, this isn't the time to give explanations. I want you my successor, since these warriors have revealed themselves, and I don't have the necessary power to stop them. Only you can achieve it.
That's impossible, Zeno-sama. I want to be more powerful, but I doubt I could beat that guy that even you're not able to beat. Lord Goku, you'll receive training from Zeno-sama, and you'll receive training from me. So try your best.
I'll have to, because I don't plan on letting them destroy all the universes, which cost me so much to protect. Daishinkan calls an emergency meeting with all the gods, angels, and warriors of the Tournament of Power. We require all the power to face the cursed.
Remura was thoughtful, but would be taken out of his thoughts by the holy goddess Nin.
Remura, what's wrong with you? I see you're worried and thoughtful.
I've been able to infiltrate the realm of Zeno-sama, but a warrior who doesn't have 100% divine energy can master the Ultra Instinct to the max.
What are you saying? That's impossible! Such a feat's only capable of the first creator god Yamoshi.
Yamoshi was born with mortal energy, but was trained to access the state beyond the gods despite having mere mortal energy.
If what you say is true, this is bad. We should inform everyone to fight back as soon as possible.
It's the same I was thinking, but there's something I don't like about this. Even though you have more power, my body says something bad's about to happen. The gods of Universe 6 found themselves surprised because Remura of Wisdom could spread the news about the Saiyan who reached the power beyond the gods without the divine energy. This is extremely strange. Only Yamoshi could accomplish such a feat. It's impossible. In millions of years, a being with the same qualities hasn't been born.
But we should not take it lightly, because if a warrior reveals himself to the six universes and grows consistently in power, he will threaten everyone.
I agree with you, powerful Remura-sama. At the same time, I really doubt that Saiyan's able to get the power of Yamoshi God.
Remura is right. The mighty god Yamoshi existed billions of years ago, and we never met him. He was just a legend of his feats. I agree with Cirrus and Remura. It's impossible that after billions of years a warrior could have such qualities. It's impossible.
What do you mean, Mikoshin? I have noticed that you're thoughtful, but your ability to analyze situations is amazing.
My lord, with respect, it's almost a nil possibility. This warrior capable of having these characteristics could break the space-time dimension and the barrier between life and death.
What do you mean by breaking the barrier between life and death?
As you listen, with such abilities of being able to exist, even we're able to be on the astral plane to feel his power, but we haven't been able to perceive anything.
Sometimes even I am ashamed to call myself the god of wisdom. Mikoshin's able to have a very different perspective than mine.
But I repeat, the chances are 0.1%, almost impossible. Equally, there's a possibility that he's a direct descendant.
Mikoshin, that's why you're considered not of the goddess of wisdom.
It's impossible for a Saiyan to be the direct descendant of Yamoshi. I agree. Since the mighty god Yamoshi lived billions of years ago, it's impossible his offspring's not been affected.
Moreover, if he had one, at some point in our lives we'd fight these warriors of power, but something like that's never happened.
In that case, I agree with everyone. We'll pay a visit to Zeno-sama's realm, so get ready. We leave in 5 days.
In the Kingdom of the Whole, Goku could be observed lying on the ground, while every one of his bones seemed to be pulverized by the pressure that fell on his body. On this occasion, the pressure of 30% of Daishenkin's power was on his body. Mr. Goku, it's time that you stop my pressure, because otherwise you'll be injured and then it'll be unfavorable for your training.
No, don't do it, Daishenkin! I have to be able to master all this pressure. If I don't manage it, then it'd be too dangerous for all of you. I want to be the new king at all. I have to be able to withstand your pressure without difficulty.
I agree, but with withstanding the pressure 30% of my power in your second training's practically impossible.
No, Daishenkin. For me, there's nothing impossible. If someone can achieve it, I'll also achieve it. And no one's able to achieve it, I'll do it first.
Goku, despite being in Super Saiyan Blue, couldn't stand this incredible pressure. His body, being subjected to great pressure, was able to expand his energy veins more, and Goku concentrating a bit more to access the imperfect Ultra Instinct. The heat and power he released was madness, since Daishenkin could perceive how Son Goku was able to repel him. This is amazing. Goku has the Ultra Instinct at 50% able to repel most of my pressure, and this power and resistance increased in an amazing way. Goku would walk towards Daishenkin and they were face to face.
You see, even though you have no intention of ending my life, I could activate the Ultra Instinct. I'm close to mastering it completely.
Good, Mr. Goku. You're a genius among geniuses, because the angels who claim to be gifted couldn't withstand 30% of my pressure in their second training, since they had to spend several years to achieve it. The mighty Zeno-sama would appear to observe his friend's training.
I'm sure my friend could be able to put the limit of the sacred gods to the 6 universes. It's never my intention to eliminate them, since there's no warrior who is powerful enough to have them at the limit. His ambition will grow.
It's not your fault, my lord. 100% of all your power, I'm sure you could fight with them. Don't worry.
You're right. If I had 100% of my power, I could do it again. And analyze a little more, they also fought against me and weren't affected the way I was, since their divine vein was more powerful than mine.
Instantly, Daishinkan's pressure would be released much more, reaching 45% of his power. Despite releasing that, Goku couldn't move from that place, and it was difficult for him to stand. The imperfect Ultra Instinct was able to withstand it. That's enough for today. It's amazing that I could withstand almost 50% of my pressure. Tomorrow we'll continue.
No, Daishinkan! Release more pressure! I need to be able to see death in front of my eyes, to become more powerful and with your pressure to have to achieve.
Mr. Goku, are you sure? Since it's something completely risky, if your energy flow's compromised, you can't raise your power, and you'll stay stuck at that level for the rest of your life.
Don't worry, it's a risk I'm willing to take.
Daishinkan would immediately give a smile, and Goku stared at him. Daishinkan would raise 40% of all his pressure, and Goku's knees would touch the ground. Despite this, in the pain, Goku could stand up and was able to break one of the bones of his leg.
Don't stop! I can take more pressure! Do without compassion!
The power the priest released was 50% of his power, which would crush Goku completely. Falling to the ground, he was unable to, despite this pressure, he wouldn't lose the Ultra Instinct, and resisting to be overshadowed by the pressure.
Don't worry, I can withstand the pressure for 2 more minutes, and then my whole body will get used to that pressure of 50% of your power.
After 2 minutes, Daishinkan would deactivate the pressure. Goku would lose his transformation and return to his base state with most broken bones. And although his physique was destroyed, his interior was better than ever, withstanding the pressure of a more powerful warrior and helped him increase the power of any warrior.
Goku, you'll be the real king of everything, but when time is right, I'll merge with him, and I'll only do it if that situation warrants it.
What did Zeno-sama say? How could he merge with a mortal? Never have I seen anything like that.
In all existence, the sacred gods never resurrected in search of revenge. For emergency situations, desperate measures are required.
My lord, I apologize for doubting you. Although Goku's power is far from being able to compare with ours, his increase in power in just 10 days is madness.
I told you, we have to have a little more time.
Daishinkan, I don't know about you, but it looks like training him in one of the training dimensions of an All-King. In that place, time passes differently, just like even you increase your power more. I appreciate the recommendation, but I'll keep it in mind. Currently, it's impossible since the pressure of the place was incredible for me. Mr. Goku's bones would be pulverized and it'd be impossible for him to withstand it.
In that case, we need to train in a place longer while my friend's able to master 100% of your pressure. They'll be able to withstand the pressure of one dimension of the kingdom of everything.
For her part, returning to the holy gods, Mikoshin was thoughtful.
This must be a nightmare. I'm thinking too much about the same thing. It can't be a mere mortal of the lesser universes. It has to do with Yamoshi.
Instantly, a great pressure would fall on the goddess Mikoshin. She would release a little of her pressure, expelling this pressure of her companion Nin. What's going on? Immortal, we used to be having these kind of games. Is there anything that bothers you?
I know this is absurd, but even if it's 0, it's not complete 0. And it terrifies me because Yamoshi's power to exist, even though we considered sacred gods, we can't do anything.
Mikoshin, concentrate and listen. It's impossible. Remember, if 2 divine beings of energy could form a new warrior, it would no longer have the qualities of his father, since the divine cells are mixed.
Of course, I know that. If the divine vein of Yamoshi surpasses the vein of his partner, the most powerful cells would be able to take control of the body. Just like Zeno-sama, who's the king of everything. Our divine cells are more powerful.
What do you mean, that we have to fight like old days to be able to forget this? Which is even making us worry more than we should.
How I wish that our mentality of yours, since it's nothing capable of worrying you, and the things I really admire you.
Don't say silly things. Let's fight. We can get our stress out, and battles will always give us a calm. Nin and Mikoshin would get in battle pose. Their auras collided. Both launched their attacks, and their powers were incredible since the sacred goddesses destroyed the place overwhelmingly. However, it didn't matter since in that place there was no living being, only inhospitable planets as training sites. Mikoshin, being clueless, would be held tightly by her hair, dragged across the surface of the planet, destroying everything. Come on, Mikoshin, what's going on? This isn't usual. Usually you'd never let me cut you off guard. An incredible aura would be released and destruction that was generated, and a big smile drawn on her face.
I'd forgotten the enjoyment of this struggle is generated. I want more, so get ready, Nin. I forgot that everything that stresses me out now, and I'll focus on the battle. The
That's what I was longing to hear. I'm ready. Attack, and I'll let you strike first. Nin, and speaking, would be attacked by a power that Mikoshin was able to connect an incredible blow to her stomach and was able to knock her out of combat. Nin would fall to the ground holding her stomach, and a large amount of blood would spread all over the place. Ah, damn it! What the hell? I didn't expect Mikoshin to hit me with such power. Has her power increased in these millions of years? Return to the Kingdom of the Whole, it's already been 3 days. Goku could withstand the incredible pressure of Daishinken, and he was able to adapt in a surprising way to the pressure of a Supreme Angel.
Mr. Goku, with this training you've been able to surprise me. I don't know how you did it, but you can keep up with me.
Daishinken, this training made my whole body feel destroyed, but I want to be an excellent ruler for the universes, and above all I want to put a limit to these sacred gods. I must have great power. Goku, I'm sure you'll be able to put a stop to these sacred gods. Your body has no limits. I trust you. Zeno-sama, I promise to give my all to reach my limits, and that's what I'm doing every training day with Daishinken.
Indeed. Mr. Goku's training is able to withstand more pressure. Tomorrow in the training rooms, he'll be able to withstand that pressure.
No, Daishinken, that's crazy. That's not able to withstand 100% of your pressure, so to withstand the pressure, the training rooms will end him. No, Zeno, I want to become more powerful. I have to face these dangers I never thought to face. I want to withstand that pressure. Mikoshin's universe, we can observe Nin on the ground, defeated, while Mikoshin's power grew to an incredible way, drawing the attention of the other holy gods. Mikoshin's power would continue to increase incredibly, and at this time uninhabited planets were affected by the power, and the extortions of energy were perceived by the sacred gods.
You're Dracoria. I want you to stop Mikoshin. Millions of years has passed and he can't control his power, is getting carried away by his emotions, and stunned that the mortal without possessing the divine energy has reached the Ultra Instinct. Understood, my lord. As you order, this very instant I'm leaving. The sacred god Dracoria in the beginning approached Mikoshin's planet, realizing Nin was next to him with serious injuries from the battle they had a few moments ago. Damn, if I don't do something before war Zeno-sama starts, we'll lose the sacred goddess. Dracoria increased her speed much more to hold Nin in her arms. Before she left to attack the field of Mikoshin, she, with an incredible movement, was holding Dracoria's leg, and with reflexes would throw Nin into the dimensional portal, arriving with the god of wisdom, Jamoria. But Nin, what has happened to you? Only a king's able to inflict such wounds on us. Did you try to face him on your own? Jamoria would heal again. On the battlefield, Mikoshin would hit the planet of Dracoria's body. All that slaughter was too much blood spreading around him. Mikoshin, with overwhelming power, would send him flying to a planet, destroying it. This is wrong! This is wrong! This is wrong! We'll all die! Dracoria, while spitting too much blood, watched Mikoshin. Hell, Ryuma-sama's news negatively impacted Mikoshin. Well, it's supposed to be information fulfilled in an uncontrolled Supreme Angel. Dracoria tried to get closer to calm her down. She was getting carried away by her emotions and would start attacking him again. Dracoria, not prepared, would get a beating by the angel. Mikoshin was one of the most beautiful angels of existing, and it seemed to be a complete beast since she was able to dismember him. At the moment, she would throw him to the bottom of a planet, destroying the base of it. At that moment, an overwhelming power would release all over the place, and incredible pressure was going to collide with the pressure of Mikoshin. You're my partner, but if I have to knock you out of combat, I'll do it. Mikoshin, by pouncing again, the time she would be completely neutralized. Although Dracoria's appearance was not the most intimidating, he was the second most powerful sacred god, only below Remura. Dracoria, after flew blows on her vital points, as well as her energy veins, could knock her out of combat. Holding her in his arms, with the power of his eyes, he was able to restore all the destroyed things in the sacred universes. Damn, I had to nullify the powers in my eyes. The mental power it requires is madness, and it takes away 50% of my vision. Dracoria would leave the planet of Remura, along with Mikoshin. Returning to the kingdom of Zeno-sama, Goku and Daishinken were in the dimension of the Divine Kingdom, where Goku's bones were pulverized. They turned into dust, and Goku, having great willpower, couldn't stand for more than 2 minutes. Mr. Goku, this gravity and pressure you should be able to withstand.
Zeno-sama, like all the Holy Gods, were able to finish their training in this room, but the level of demand is of another level.
Daishinkin! Even though we left, I feel my bones are sore. I never thought I'd leave that room.
Mr. Goku, despite everything, it's amazing you could withstand that pressure for 2 minutes. It's a feat that very few beings achieved.
But Daishinkin, I must become more powerful. I have to push the limits of the sacred gods, and I require that power.
For today, we better rest, since we've trained without it, and I'm sure you would be a real king at all. Returning to Remura, Dracoria, along with Daishinkin, arrived. Thank you, Dracoria. You can leave. I plan to take care of Mikoshin so that type of behavior doesn't happen again. As you order, my lord, I withdraw. Dracoria would leave the planet, and an incredible pressure was able to make Mikoshin wake up, since the whole body would feel incredible terror.
What? Where am I? If this is Ryuma-sama's palace, what happened?
Mikoshin, a damn Saiyan, for no reason I'm destroying everything in my path, and your impertinence for delaying the meeting.
Remura, I implore you to excuse me. I don't know what happened, but remember the information that you and Remura gave us is something I can't get out of my mind.
Mikoshin, I want you to unleash your power against me. I want you to vent. Mikoshin didn't dare take a single step. Her enemy's aura completely terrified her because her enemy's power was overwhelming.
Ryuma-sama, please, I ask you, explore the offense of this simple goddess.
Mikoshin would look up, observing Remura, analyzing her fixedly. Without Mikoshin being able to move, Mikoshin was knocked out of combat, and since the sacred gods were in the hierarchies, these sacred gods were being, with Remura, powerful at all. And although there were 100 sacred gods, they weren't able to do anything against him, and the distance of this power of that of his companions. Mikoshin is the only one managed to see my aura without being able to represent it. Her mental power is overwhelming. I mustn't let that behavior pass. Returned to Zeno-sama, Goku was able to recover, but Goku had pushed his body to the limit. Even though one of his bones were completely destroyed, he wouldn't stop. Tomorrow I have to leave for training. Since the power of that occasion was overwhelming me, I couldn't do anything against it. The night would quickly pass. Goku would be outside the castle of Zeno-sama, concentrating his energy with the intention of mastering it. If he was able to achieve it, the energy load of each of his veins would be much less on the amount that would be able to release would be greater. Well, I could tell he woke up much earlier. By controlling the energy in that way would cost him, because even for angels to master the energy is extremely complex.
It's complex but not impossible. I know I could do it.
I don't doubt you. Despite being immortal, you've been able to surpass all the existing angels, which is worthy of my respect.
What? I can overcome the power of the angels of the universe?
Indeed. No angel is able to withstand the pressure of that dimension. Their bodies aren't capable of such great pressure.
Daishinkin, I want to become more powerful. I just need a little more time. I promise.
At that moment, Zeno-sama together with the Guardians would appear in the battlefield.
Goku, I have a gift for you. I know that you'll be able to put it to good use and be able to master it completely. Wow, I hadn't seen you in a while, Zeno. But what's this gift?
Wow, Zeno-sama, you want to bestow the Beast Energy Pearl to Goku? We doubt that he can master the Beast Energy Pearl.
Beast Energy Pearl? What's that?
The Beast Energy Pearl is a pearl that has the energy of an ancient beast that has never known defeat. Although Zeno-sama tried to dominate it, it was impossible. Legendary, only Yamoshi was able to do it.
If a warrior can achieve it, I'm sure I can too. So let me do it. I have a request though. I want to be able to do it on my own. In that dimension we trained Daishinkin.
Daishinkin and Zeno-sama's look were amazed, as mastering the Beast Energy Pearl was crazy for a mortal. But even trying to master it under the pressure that even Daishinkin found difficult was something completely different. No, Mr. Goku, I can't allow that. You'll be the new king at all, and I can't let you die. It's impractical.
I agreed with Daishinkin. You must master the Beast Pro Healer on the outside. If something happens, we can help you. Well, in that dimension, you must spend at least 24 hours to be able to open the door again. Please, I ask you to trust me. I've been through hard training, so I don't plan to die in a room, much less with the Beast Energy Pearl. Goku, if you die, believe me that the 12 universes are doomed, since I don't possess the power to face the holy gods.
Mr. Goku, think it over. This is madness.
Don't worry, I've had training and I can receive this completely. I'm sure I can withstand the pressure.
Goku would hold that sphere and would instantly enter the dimension. Returning to the sacred universes, Remura had a meeting with the sacred gods. Tomorrow, we'll go to the useless kingdom of Zeno-sama. If Mikoshin doesn't wake, we'll go. But my lord, isn't it dangerous to leave Mikoshin alone? If Mikoshin wakes up tomorrow in the same way, we'll go with us. But in case she doesn't, don't worry. Mikoshin will go on my planet and there's no brain that can approach this place.
My lord, if the 5 holy gods, with the exception of Mikoshin, come to the kingdom on that damn dwarf, but in peace or in war?
It's just what I wanted to know, because I want to prepare to wipe everything out that exists in these 12 universes. In my point of view, we'll pay a visit to the one called the King at all. Of course, we'll end his reign, and although the last word will be from Remura-sama. According to how they receive us, we'll respond. If we're received kindly, we'll respond in the same. If there's a minimal lack of respect, we'll massacre them.
Remura-sama, is it necessary to destroy the 12 universes? Or should we just destroy the gods and angels? Since from my point of view, the living beings of the 12 universes aren't to blame for anything.
That's right. We'll only destroy the divine energy beings. Because his damn fault we were eliminated, we'll finish Zeno-sama as guardians of Daishinkan. Goku, despite the fact that his bones were pulverized, he was able to access the Ultra Instinct max power. His bones would regenerate quickly, and due to the injuries, he started to have incredible increase in power.
My hypothesis was correct. Although this method is painful, I don't plan to give up. I'll achieve it.
At that moment, an incredible pearl would release an incredible power, while much greater pressure could be released all over the dimension, just like the essence of a colossal beast that could be observed. But if he's the new god, at this moment I'd destroy him completely. Before being able to connect a slap, realizing that there was a little essence of the powerful god Yamoshi. Apparently this warrior is a descendant that could treat me with companion more. His predecessor was like that, and I'll give him a chance. I want to know that he could use my power. All the power of the Beast Pearl would begin to enter Goku's body. He would adapt to the sacred body, and resistance would multiply. Being the skin of a sacred beast, the sacred god was able to reach the kingdom of Zeno-sama. Releasing pressure, they would be received by Daishinkan. What are the holy gods offering? The 12 universes aren't satisfied. They better leave in a peaceful truce.
Your 12 universes don't receive us, and that doesn't interest us. Just so you know, we've come with talking, but now the holy gods attack.
4 sacred gods launched themselves on the kingdom of the whole. Both the guardians, Zeno-sama and Daishinkan, despite being the pillar of the 12 universes, didn't have the power to stop them, being neutralized, and Remura would approach the divine beings. Even though millions of years have passed, this good-for-nothing will only let them live, and will give me the Saiyan who has the access to the Ultra Instinct maximum power. It doesn't matter, you won't know where that Saiyan is. Upset, Remura would try to end Daishinkan. A great chaos would be unleashed by the 12 universes, and the destruction of the planets was generated. Pressure would fall on the sacred gods, leaving surprised Remura, who would feel a pressure trying to crush his body. What the hell is this pressure? It's trying to crush me! The whole divine realm started to change. Goku was taking over the power of the Beast Pearl, releasing a little of its incredible power.
Well guys, this is all for today's chapter. I hope you liked it and it was to your liking. Now don't forget to leave your powerful like Supreme God level, comment and subscribe. Now without further ado, see you in a new video. Until next time.